Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I would like to take you all on a Bavarian countryside drive. Was taken during a recent trip to Germany in December of 2019 with my family. We flew into Munich and commuted to Regensburg, southeast Bavaria, basically, um, where my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, lives with his family. Um, Wanted to make a video to give everybody a sense of the Bavarian countryside. You can see castle ruins that were, Roman era, 900 AD type things. I'm going to be doing a series of videos on places we visited. That particular one's called Donnerstoff, about 20 minutes from where we lived. A little bit further is this place called Falkenstein, kind of the same general area. As you can see, just God's country goes on for miles and miles. Um, Again, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos that'll touch more on these places and show you more of the insides and things. But one of the most common things, like if someone takes a vacation, I want to know what it was like where you were. So the purpose of this first chapter is basically just going to kind of give you an idea. That place is called Valhalla. It's German Hall of Heroes, basically built on the edge of the world. You can see the Danube River there in the background. This whole area is built on the Danube. It's a heavy shipping lane for goods, commerce, and things. Always has been traditionally. But this whole area is kind of in a place called Gruntal, which, when it was explained to me, means green valley. So very fertile, green, rolling hill, farmland type areas. This particular day was pretty close to the end of the trip. We had gone sightseeing at Valhalla, which is actually very close to the Castle Donnerstoff. And instead of going straight home, my father-in-law, Kevin, Tessa's dad, decided to veer off and take somewhat of a back road drive he'd never really taken himself, so it was first for everybody. You can see forest, Bavarian forest, and it's starting to get a little bit more elevated. The weather was nice. Most of the time we were there, we had some rain but no snow, but a lot of sun. So we did get a chance to see a lot of, countryside in its sunny state. It was cold that day. Um, but as you can see, it's a winding road, a lot of forest, a lot of elevation. And as you continue to go, you start to see villages, um, and they're out in an area where they're all kind of clustered together, and they do that for like electricity and gas and all the services you would need to kind of run a municipal area so everybody can share them. You don't see a whole lot of houses off on their own big plot of land. Everybody's clustered together for, again, the services, and they all kind of rely on each other and any local commerce that might be. A lot of the food supply comes locally, so like at the grocery store, you're buying eggs from somebody you may know, or dairy from a guy you may know. As we continue to drive here, you'll notice, rolling hills in the background. This is foothills, so to speak, more on mountainous territories later. That place right there is a Gasthaus. There's a lot of those. They're basically restaurants. You go in, get a beer. The Bavarian people are very proud of their beer and drink socially. They enjoy life with it. It's not something they do to get trashed and get into bar fights. I mean, you walk in and everybody's happy and laughing and talking, and you might see a dude in lederhosen playing a tuba. You never know. But those Gasthouses, you can stop in, get yourself a schnitzel, some Käsespätzle, get yourself a Helles, and just sit back and enjoy, and look at countryside like this. Starting to get a little bit more elevated here. I forget the name of the little town, but up on the left, up the hill, there's a nice little community. I did want to take a second, if you're watching this, to thank, with words I can't express, for the hospitality for our family, to James and Simona, and to Kevin and Linda for the tour guide, showing us around, showing us the country. Kevin and Linda have been there for a few months, so they've gotten used to the terrain. But we, we're just blessed to have the experience we had with the people we had. Great Christmas for the kids. Great, just great. Can't say enough about how awesome everybody was. And thank you from our family to yours for the hospitality. Again, wanted to just kind of show off the surrounding countryside. This area is about I would say within 20 to 25 minutes, half hour of the house. And as you get out of the forest areas, everything starts to get a lot greener. Again, Gruntal. The area Gruntal means Green Valley, and you just see pastures, and you see for miles and miles and miles, and those are hay bales off to the right there, and just expanse of green, lush. Feels like you wanted to hop out of the car and dance around singing the sound of music. Um, just gorgeous. Nice day. A little clouds rolling in, a little cold, but overall pretty good. At some points in this video, you're gonna see it kick into maybe double or triple speed. That was just to keep it short enough to where YouTube would allow me to post it. This is actually in double time right here, so it looks a little shaky. But I had to keep it under 15 minutes in order to get it to publish. I'm going to try not to speak the entire time, but helps to have a little tour guide, and I'll explain as much as I can as it was explained to me, so to speak. And now we've switched into a little bit more populated area. You can see solar panels on everybody's roof. Not everybody, but a lot of people do solar panels, and they do that multi-purpose to help sustain their needs. And some of them might be, working with local government, municipalities, or, whatever, to arrange for a solar panel array to be built on their property, and it'll help with the local grid. It'll help with their local operations and stuff, and they might even get kickbacks at a certain point throughout the year for what they give back to the system. And again, everybody's kind of dependent on everybody else for those sorts of things. But a lot of people have the solar, and a lot of people, farmers in particular, if they have excess land, allow the government to set up large solar arrays. And this area is perfect for it because it is a glacially formed flatland for the most part between mountain ranges. The Alps on the Austrian side and on the Czech side, I believe, are the closest two bordering countries. We didn't make it out that way. But, as you're going through, you'll go from forest to winding road with open fields and green to, places like this where you'll notice like a lot of the buildings tend to look the same, just in the sense that they're all kind of look like houses you get in Monopoly. Stucco exterior, the only difference is color. Did notice that a lot of German symbolism around religion. So a lot of the houses have like murals with maybe a Bible scene or, a crucifixion, or, you'll see just out in the country a random crucifixion, on what you think is a street sign. And again, that was a Gasthaus where the locals can go and have themselves cold Helles, maybe some Käsespätzle with this, which is like egg noodles type thing, schnitzel, wurst, sausage, whatever you must have. It's very good, yeah. With the senf, the mustard, the sweet and the spicy. Again, more and more elevation. If you notice, more forest. Would be real cool for like a road bike, mountain bike experience, because as you crest over hills, you're just looking down at valley, and it just goes on forever. You got the sun in the background. Admittedly, this part of the video is going to be looking into the sun for the most part because we're going that way. If you notice a pattern amongst the other cars, you won't see a lot of SUVs, you won't see a lot of trucks. Gas is very expensive, so instead of seeing crossovers and big Dodge Rams with big hillbilly belt buckles over there, it's all local. And local for them is Mercedes-Benz, it's BMW, it's Volkswagen, a lot of vehicles like that, a lot of sedan types, but again, there's a lot of them that are fuel efficient and can get speed and acceleration on the Autobahn. When you're very fast on the Autobahn, yeah, you got to get your, acceleration on. There you go. This particular vehicle was a minivan, capable of 100 plus on the Autobahn, which we were able to do. Film is in double speed to kind of conserve. Just again, wanting to show everybody what it looked like around where we were. Very sunny that day. Turn the camera around, dumbass. You won't have to stare in the sun. Get the visor down. But this whole trip, this whole day was, we went sightseeing at the Valhalla, the German Hall of Heroes. And then this was a unplanned, spontaneous trip to go check out things that we hadn't seen. if memory serves, somewhere near this point, you start to notice every village and every cluster of houses and towns always has a church, and you can pick out the churches in the distance by the steeple. A little bit closer to James and Simone's house here, that's the Autobahn up there, and they're building a new ramp and roads and stuff around it. This will take us the back way into their town. The camera looks a little bit at the sky, but you've got here on the left, there's a church. Notice crucifixion on the building very quickly in passing. And as you turn the corner, I believe there to be a school and some other small businesses peppered in amongst the houses. And this whole area that we just showed was, I would say, all within a half hour of James and Simone's house. Not very far. Not very much time left in this particular video. I'm going to be releasing a series of movies that we'll put together. Tess and I took a ton of pictures, a ton of videos. Landon had a riot. He made memories for a lifetime. We all did. He's going to remember this trip forever. And at this point, if you're still hanging on with this video, I appreciate you watching. Click and like, subscribe, all that. I probably am going to need 3 to 4 other movies to kind of show the attractions and some of the, not attractions, but other things we saw. Castles, cathedrals, lots of churches, lots of history, some monasteries. We saw war memorials. We saw, just cool stuff. And coming up here on the end of the video, going to be hanging a left here into this little Bachstrasse, back street, and you will notice that James's house is there on the end. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, more to come for sure. Very soon, once I shake off jet lag. See you later. See you next time.